However, I am willing to give XCreatorGoal a chance. He has 2 months to improve his content, then I will do a follow-up video on him, either congratulating his return to good content or exposing him further.
XCreatorGoal basically needs no introduction. He has been a big meme in this community for years now, to the point where even RobTop himself makes fun of him. But I kind of feel like not many people have actually given his content a fair attempt. Only seeing the clickbait-y titles and the shameless abusing of every single bit of information about 2.2 that he can get his dirty hands on, which is understandable since we obviously don't want to give him any more views than he already has, but trust me when I say that he's probably even worse than you thought. This video is a 2-part collab with a good friend of mine, FJB. We will upload our videos at the exact same time, so after you are done watching this video, why not check out his too. He goes into all of the dirty tricks that XCreatorGoal uses to gain the maximal amount of views and money, and he's generally a really nice person who puts a lot of care and love into his videos. I, on the other hand, will break down the most popular video on his channel, which is called How to Create Featured Worthy Level Geometry Dash. It is a terrible video with a hilarious amount of flaws and mistakes, but more importantly, it is also a perfect representation of everything that is wrong with the creating community. And with the proud number of 400,000 views that this video has already received, I'm safe to say that this video alone has had a negative impact on it. The general topic of creator points and how they are pretty much overrated has been on my mind for days now anyways, so this is a perfect opportunity for me to finally express my thoughts in a video, while taking XCreatorGoal's video as a good example. Before we can do that, we first have to talk about the biggest flaw with the video, which is the video itself. What does creating in Geometry Dash mean to you? Well, if you create levels like this, then probably not too much. In this case, it is just about testing your skill and making a fun little challenge to yourself. But for many people, GD can be a form of art, a way of expressing one's feelings, whether it be optimistic and fun, experimental and interesting, or literally about the suicide of a good friend of yours. And I think that this is exactly what Geometry Dash creating should be like, the editor being a creative playground for you and your ideas. And even if you only build in generic low or modern style, if you have at least fun with it and create something cool, it's at least something. But XCreatorGoal represents it as something entirely different. He sees the editor as just a tool to gain what, for him, seems to be the only form of appreciation for his works: creator points. And this is exactly what is so wrong about a big part of the creating community. The general tunnel vision pointed to creator points and only these and nothing else. A big part of the community has this really bad way of thinking, only worshipping a creator if they indeed have gotten it right before. No matter what their levels look like, no matter how much effort they put into their creations, and no matter what they identify themselves with. I once got rejected from getting a creator role on a Discord server for this exact reason. And while I don't think that I'm a good creator, I'm certainly not a bad one. But creator points in general are such a useless and overrated statistic, their only purpose basically being to boost the creator's ego and make them feel better about themselves. Like literally everyone that has basic knowledge about the editor can create a feature-worthy level by just doing whatever everyone else does. But many people consciously decide against doing this simply because the entire achievement of receiving creator points then just becomes an illusion. If you just follow the swarm, you aren't getting praise for what you have done, but rather for the community's evolution over the years. Praise is another factor that can really influence how a GD creator builds their levels. If a creator's only motivation comes from other people commenting, "Yo, this looks pretty good" on their newest preview, they will very soon find themselves with a big lack of such. In that case, we are in a situation only comparable with Cookie Clicker. You are performing boring and uninteresting tasks for hours that under no circumstances could ever be fun to anyone, just to get a meaningless number to rise at the end. You're not having fun, you're desperate for a feeling of success and accomplishment. So with only praise and creator points as the main motivation, why would you ever try to be original? What would keep you from not taking the safe path? Why would you ever take risks? And this is exactly the mindset that XCreatorGoal spreads with this specific video, and that's why I dislike it that much. And I do believe that these 20 minutes have made the creating community worse. It is a literal step-to-step guide on what to do in the editor, eliminating all value in what you and XCreatorGoal are actually creating. Like, we haven't even gotten to the video itself yet, so you know what, let's just take a look at this abomination and let's make fun of it. Shameless advertisement at the beginning, who would have thought? You know, I don't have anything against people announcing that join button, but doing it for 30 seconds? Like at one point he literally begs you to buy a channel membership. Ugh. In this tutorial video, I will teach you how to make a good featured worthy level. Good. XCreatorGoal thinks he's good at this. This is another problem that I have with this video. He believes that he's a skilled enough creator to have the ability to teach others. Like, it's obvious to see how little this guy really knows about what he claims to be amazing at. So next up in the video we have one of his really awkward attempts at comedy. This time it is cut-off comedy, which already completely fails because only the text on the screen is being cut off. There are always people that read faster than the text who are already done with reading before the cut off. It just makes it really awkward. It wouldn't have nearly been as bad if there was commentary. Alright, this overview doesn't look too bad. Let's see how he executes it. Just a note at the side, this 6-second long transition with the exact same part of the exact same song appears way too often in the video. Just saying. So next up he states that in order to make your level sync in a good and interesting way, you have to pick a song that has easy sync. Yet another instance of XCreatorGoal telling you to take the safest path. I agree that you can easily make good sync with a song that has obvious notes, but interesting it is not. You can make sync interesting by making it special, and just building in one click for every note is everything but that. He just continues to build some really basic gameplay: jump, land, jump, hit an orb, land. He does that for the next 5 minutes and it makes for an incredibly boring... Oh my god, why is it so loud? Yeah, so it seems like XCreatorGoal absolutely fucked up the audio mixing in this video. Almost makes you feel like all of his accidental editing errors are actually accidental and not just a cheap way of increasing his watch time. Actually, let me just take a bit of this video to point out every single editing mistake that he has made. Over the entire video, the music of the level mixes up with the background music of the video. The background music in this video is the most generic thing a GD player could have used. In the middle of the video there's a Streamlabs alert popping up. At 4:42 the background music randomly stops entirely, only for Plays on Fire by Creator to fade in even louder than before. There are some terrible keyframing animations. Some of the video sections go for less than 10 seconds and each time in between there's the same transition over and over again. At the altar where he thanks people that gave him 500 coins and boom links for whatever reason, there are characters that can't be displayed by the Pusap font, and probably even more that I'm too lazy to list off. But anyways, he then keeps copy and pasting the same structure over and over again, and it's already the end of the section. Gameplay is the next part of the video, in which he immediately states that it is the most important part of the level, another piece of evidence that he doesn't care about his deco. He then gives the most basic advice on how to not make bad gameplay, such as don't make it bad, and even gives advice that doesn't even make sense, like don't make fast gameplay. Like, since when is slow gameplay considered to be fun? Also, I just want to mention how in 2 of the given examples he literally shows impossible gameplay, so yeah, I guess he's sort of right after all. Don't do that. The next section is about block layout or also structuring. I think this is something that a lot of creators don't think about enough when creating levels, which lets them end up with just big decorated squares and rectangles, so I appreciate this part of the video. The problem here is just that XCreatorGoal turns these into even bigger decorated squares and rectangles. Like, he just merges everything together and adds an outline, making the look of it just as bland and boring as before. Next up is the section Game Modes, which probably contains the most hilarious part of the entire video. Now in this clip we see XCreatorGoal showing us a pretty good example of bad gameplay. I really have to say that he did a good job at this, because showing you how to not do it leaves you with more room for creativity, which is really weird since this is basically the only instance of this in the video, and also because I lied to you. You see, I cut off a little part at the end of the clip, because right after the gameplay showcase he says this. Yep, this wasn't his example for bad gameplay, it was his example for fun gameplay. I really don't have to say much more. And with that, he ends the layout tutorial of this video. The next part is dedicated to ground decoration, the one after to block design, and the one after that to air deco. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we can just skip the entirety of this. Like, there's nothing new to talk about. It's just him showing us how to do what has to be the most generic level design ever. The outro plays, he asks us to like because he spent so much time making the video, and the video ends. 400,000 views, just like that. The like-dislike ratio is even really good, like 20:1 is not bad, especially for XCreatorGoal. But anyways, that's enough complaining for today. Again, this is the second part of a collab series with my friend FJB. As of me writing this and speaking these words into my microphone, I do not know what the video looks like. But he shared his ideas and plans, and it sounded like an amazing video with an unhealthy amount of care put into it. Like, it will at least be better than this video, that's for sure. If you enjoyed it anyways, I would really appreciate if you would like the video, since it helps me to reach more people. If you enjoy myself making videos, I would also really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of plans for the future. Some of them being a video about the woodcut verification and the utter mess that it is, another video about the firework verification and how Kurumi dropping it marks the start of a new era of extreme demons. I will completely copy FJB with a video about what will happen after 2.2, and I will also do a creator review of Alfred's. So yeah, you can definitely expect some cool content from me in the future. I will definitely try to make these videos as good as I can for all of you. To end this video off, like, this is completely off script, I just want to say that create whatever you want in the editor. Creator points do not matter, and if you only focus on them, you're just blocking yourself and your creativity, you know? So, I don't know, just have fun. Express yourself. Don't follow the tutorial. Don't subscribe to XCreatorGoal. Don't watch his videos. Watch part 2. No, fuck, watch part 1, I mean. Yeah, see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.